Hey guys, so today we are going to start. We are going to talk about arithmetic and specifically TSD, profit and loss. So let's see what we are going to do, what we have. So we are going to pick a couple of questions from year 2017 or 2018 and see what kind of questions we have got and what kind of and how we are going to approach those questions. So let's see. So this is CAT 2025 class and let's start. Okay. So this is a question of CAT 2017. Now what does this question says? That if a seller gives a discount of 15% on the retail price and still makes a profit of 2%, and which of the following ensures that she makes a profit of 20%? Okay. So whenever I am going to get a question of profit, loss, and discount, so what I am going to do, I am going to make a triangle. So basically, this is cost price. Then I am going to have sale price. Then I am going to have mark price. Okay, so we have cost price, sale price, and mark price. Okay, so I am going to assume that cost price is 100. That person is making a profit of 2%. It means selling price should be 102. Okay. Now discount is 15% on the retail price. So what is retail price? Retail price is called as mark price only. So it is okay. So it is going to be mark price only. So let's say mark price is X and I'm going to get a discount of 15% of the mark price because discount is always calculated over mark price or retail price. So I can say this is 0.15 X. So mark price minus discount is equal to sale price. So basically this comes out to be 0.85X and that should be equal to 102. Okay, so remove two zeros, so I'm cancelling out by 17, so this comes out to be 5, this comes out to be 600. So from here I can say that X is equal to 120. So cost price is 100, mark price is 120. He is marking up the price by 20%. Now question is saying that she needs to make a profit of 20% and mark price itself is 20% up. It means that person is unable to give any discount. It means he must sell it at retail price. So in this question, my answer of this question is going to be option 4. That is sell at retail price. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. What does it says? So it says that in a market, the price of medium quality oranges is half that of good mangoes. Okay, so medium quality mangoes is half that of good mangoes. Okay, so what I can do, I can assume that price of medium quality is 100 rupees and cost of good mangoes is 200 rupees. Okay, a shopkeeper buys 80 kg good mangoes and 40 kg medium mangoes from the market and then sells it, which is a common price of 10% less than the price at which he bought the good ones. Okay, so common price is 10% less than 200. So selling price is 180 and question is saying what is his overall profit. Okay. So basically there are multiple ways to solve this question, but instead of taking 80 kgs and 40 kgs and question is talking about the profit percent, not profit. Right. So I don't care about what kind of quantity we are talking about. So here it is 80 kgs and 40 kgs. So good, medium. It is 80 and 40. So instead of taking 80 and 40, we can take the ratio of 2 is to 1. So I can say that he is buying good quality, that is at the price of 200. He is buying 2 kgs and medium quality, that is price of 100 rupees, and how many he is buying? 1 kg. Okay. So what is his total cost? That is 200 into 2, 400 plus 100 into 1, 100. So that is going to be total cost is going to be 500. Now, how many kg of mangoes he has? 2 plus 1, 3 kgs, and he is selling it at 180. So the total sale price is going to be 180 into 3, that is equal to 540. So he bought it at 500, he sold it at 540. So what is the profit amount he got? 40 rupees. What is the cost price? That is 500 into 100. So here it comes out to be 8%. So his profit percent comes out to be 8%. So answer of this question is going to be option 2, that is 8%. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it says? So I think I need to change the color of the ink so that it would be a little better. So let's move on to this one. Okay. If Fatima sells 60 identical toys at 40% discount at printed price, okay, then she makes a profit of 100 rupees, 20%. Okay. So I am going to move on to the same thing, that is triangular approach. So CP, then SP, then MP. I am assuming cost price is 100, sale price is 120 because she is making a profit of 20%, and let's say mark price is X. What is the discount amount? That is 40% of mark price, means 0.4x. So mark price minus discount is equal to sale price. So from here I can say that 0.6x is equal to 120. So I can say that x is equal to 200. So it means Fatima is buying at 100 rupees. She is putting a mark price of 200. And then she is giving a discount of 40% and she is selling it at 120. So this is what we know. Okay. How many toys we are talking about? 60. So initially we had 60 toys and 10 are being destroyed. Okay. So 10, so eventually she is going to sell 50 only, and this is 10. Okay. Now question is saying how much discount she should give so that she can make the same amount of profit. Okay. Now let me start. She had 60 toys. The cost price of each toy is 100 rupees. So total cost is 6,000. Okay. Now she has 60 toys. She is supposed to sell them at a price of 120. So selling price is going to be 7,200. This is what we know so far, right? What is the profit amount we are talking about? We are talking about a profit amount of 1,200. Okay. So this is what we know. Okay. Now what happened? Now cost is still 6,000, right? She needs to get a profit of 1,200, but she is unable to sell 60. She needs to sell only 50 toys because 10 are burnt. Okay. So from each toy, how much profit she needs to have? So she needs a total profit of 1,200 from each, and she needs to sell 50 toys. So how much profit we are looking for? That is going to be 24, right? So she bought it at 100. She is selling it at 124. Mark price is 200. So how much this is going to be? 76. Okay. So did I miss something? She needs, while saying how much discount she should giving on printed price. Okay. So this is going to be 76. So she needs to give a discount of 76 rupees, and 4 out of 200. So her profit percent should be 38, but I can't see any option that is 38. Okay, now let me see this question again. Fatima sells 60 identical toys at 40% discount on the printed price. Then she makes a profit of 20%. Okay, so she bought it at 100. She's selling them at 120. Then she's giving a 40% discount. So her mark price should be 200. Okay, then her cost price is 6,000. She needs to sell them at 7200, so she needs a profit of 1200. So, and out of 60 she needs to gain a profit of 124. This is going to be, instead of this, I think, oh, I think I made it wrong. So basically what is happening, this is a mistake I have made here. So basically what is the total selling price? That is 7200, right? So she has 50 toys and she needs to sell these 50 toys at 7200 because she wants to have the same amount of profit, right? So what is the cost per toy? That is 7200 divided by 50. So this comes out to be 144. Now cost price is 100. She needs to sell it at 144, and then she needs to give a discount of 56 rupees. So what is the discount percent we are talking about? That is 56 divided by 200 into 100, and that comes out to be 28%. So answer of this question is going to be option 4. So that's how we are going to approach this question. I think I stuck to this. I didn't consider that she's also losing the cost of these. So that was the miscalculation from my part. But anyhow, so if she needs to have a total profit amount, it means her selling price should be equal to 7200, and she needs to generate it from the 50 twice only. Then only she is going to get the same amount. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Okay, the manufacturer of a table sells it to a wholesale dealer at a profit of 10%. Okay, so we are talking about table. Let's say cost is 100, sale is 110. Okay. Okay. After that, the wholesale dealer sells it to a retailer at a profit of 30%. Finally, retailer sells it at a profit of 50%. Then the customer pays 4290 for the table. Find the manufacturing cost. Okay. So this is not needed. So let's say assume the cost of table for the wholesaler, that is X. Now he's generating a profit of 10%. He's selling it to the dealer. So this is going to be selling price of the manufacturer as well as cost price of the wholesale dealer. So this is the cost price of wholesale dealer. Okay. The wholesale dealer sells it to the retailer at a profit of 30%. So what is the selling price? That is into 1.3. Right. So this is the selling price of the wholesale dealer and the cost of retailer. Now this is the cost of the retailer. Now retailer sells it at 50% profit. So this is 1.5. Right. So this is the final selling price of the retailer and the cost price of the customer. And customer is paying how much? That is 4290. So basically this value comes out to be, X comes out to be 2000. So what is the cost we are talking about? That is option 2, 2000. Now, is there any alternate approach? Okay. So basically, if you are going to see if I assume this is 100, then cost price for the manufacturer is 100, then he sells it to the wholesaler, that is 110. Then again, the wholesale dealer sells it at 30% profit. So if he's selling at 30% profit, so he will be getting generating 30% on 110. So that is going to be 143 and so on. Okay. So basically this actually after two changes, the overall change is 43%, not 40%. Right. So what I'm going to do, this is 10%, this is 30%, this is 50%. So let's say I'm just simply adding it. So this is the profit of 80%. Okay. Overall profit is actually going to be far more than 80%. Right. So 3000 and 80% is going to be close to 5000, right? 5050, 500. So this can't be the answer. Okay. 80% of 2500 is going to be how much? That is going to be 2000. So that is going to be 4500 for the customer, at least, even more than that. So even this can't be the answer. Now, if I'm going to assume this value, so I got two values left. So I'm going to start with this one. So the cost is 2000 for the manufacturer. Then he increased the price by 10%, so it has become 2200. Then the price is increased by 30%, so it has there is increased of 660, so it has become how much? 2860. Now if you are going to increase it by 50%, means 1430. So this becomes 4290. So in that case, the answer is going to be option 2. So that is a different approach to solve this question. Now let's move on to the next one. It says two types of tea, A and B, are mixed and then sold at 40 rupees per kg. Okay. The profit is 10% if A and B are mixed in the ratio of 3:2. Okay. And 5% if this ratio is 2:3. Okay. And it says that what is the ratio of A to B. Okay. So I have A, I have B, and let's assume the cost of A is A, cost of B is B. So what is going to be the cost of 1 kg if I'm taking the first scenario? So 3 kg of A is 3A, 2 kg of B is 2B, divide by how much? Divide by 5. So that is the price per kg, right? Now the profit is 10%, so into 1.1, that is equal to selling price, that is equal to 40 rupees. Okay, so I can say that 3A plus 2B is equal to 400 divided by 11. That is my first case. Okay. What is my second case? That the profit is 5% and if the ratio is 2:3. So I can say it is 2A. So the cost of A is A. So 2 kg will be 2A. 3 kg will be 3B. So that is the total cost of 5 kg divided by 5 means price per kg. Now the profit is 5%. So the selling price should be 105% of this. So 105% can be said as 1.05 and that is equal to 40. Okay. So what I'm getting, that is 2A plus 3B upon 5, that is equal to 4000 divided by 105. Fair enough. So what I can do right now? So it should be divided by 5. Okay. So what I can do right now? I can, instead of cross multiplying, what I am planning to do, I am just going to divide. So I am going to divide this upon this. So what I will be getting, that is 5. If I am going to divide, then this 5 will be cancelled out. So what I will be getting, that is 3A plus 2B upon 2A plus 3B, that is equal to 400 upon 11 upon 4000 upon 105. Okay, so this comes out to be 10. So this is going to be 105 divided by 110. So this comes out to be if I cancel it by 5, that is 21 upon 22. Okay. Now what we can do, I'm simply going to cross multiply. So it is going to be 66A plus 44B, that is equal to 42A plus 63B. Okay. So from here, what I'm going to get, I'm going to get that is 24A is equal to 19B. Okay. So A upon B directly comes out to be 19 upon 24. So answer of this question is going to be option 2. Direct answer is there. This question itself is very lengthy. So it is a question of CAT 2018. In CAT 2018, the questions were not, I won't say the questions were difficult, but questions were a little lengthier than usual. So in this question, if you look at the option, you can understand that this is a question that has to be solved, because no option is giving you direct clues that this may be the answer. So basically, this is a question that can be solved, but this is a question that will take some time during the exam. Maybe you have to spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to get the answer right. But you are definitely going to get the answer of this question in the exam. So in 3 or 4 minutes, you will be standing at 3 marks if you are going to solve this question. And in 3 minutes, getting 3 marks, I think that's a fairly good deal. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Okay. Now a trader sells 10 liter of mixture of paints A and B, where the amount of B in the mixture does not exceed that of A. Okay, so basically, what does this question say? What does this statement mean? Mean that total quantity is 10 liters. B cannot exceed A, right? So if B cannot exceed A, it means maximum quantity of B is going to be it is going to be 5 liters. Both are equal, both can be equal, right? So if A can be 5, B can be 5, but B cannot be 6, B cannot be more than 5, right? So this statement says that B can be 1 liters, 2 liters, 3 liters, but it cannot be greater than 5 liters. It may be 5 liters, right? Now the cost of paint A is 8 more than paint B. So cost of paint B is X. So cost of paint A is X plus 8. Okay. If the trader sells the entire mixture of 264 and makes a profit of 10%. Okay. Then okay, so let's say cost price is X, not X, let's say A, and he's making a profit of 10%, so A into 1.1, and that should be equal to total selling price, that is 264. So from here I can say that total cost price is going to be 240, and that is of 10 liters, right? So what is the cost price of 1 liter? That is going to be 24. Okay. Now what concept I am going to use here? I am going to use the concept of allegation. Okay. So I know that average value always lies between the lower value and the higher value. Okay. Now question is saying that highest possible value of paint B. Okay. So I am taking 64. So if it is 64, if it is 16, if B is 16, then A must be 24, because if it is X, it should be X plus 8. Okay. Now, if I am adding 16 and 24, my final average can never be equal to 24. If it is 24, it means quantity of B is 0. So my answer can't be 16. Okay. Now I have this is cost of B is 20, then cost of A is going to be 28, this is 24, so this comes out to be 4 is to 4, means ratio comes out to be 1 is to 1, means in 10 liters B is 5 liters, A is also 5 liters. That is a feasible scenario, so 20 might be a possible answer. Okay. Now 26 can definitely not be answer, because if price of B is 26, then price of A is going to be 34. In whichever ratio I'm going to mix these, my final average is never going to be 24. So 26 cannot be the answer of this question. So reject it. Now let's take 22. So this is B is 22, then A should be 30. Final average price is 24. So this comes out to be how much? 6. This comes out to be how much? 2. So ratio of B is to A is 3 is to 1. Means quantity of B is greater than quantity of A. That's not possible because of this statement. So even third cannot be the answer of this question. So answer of this question in this case is going to be option 2. That is 20 rupees per liter. So that's the answer of this question we are going to have. So if you are going to get this question in the exam, this is the approach you are going to follow. And with this, we are going to conclude this question, this session. And if you have anything to ask, kindly type, and I will respond. So with this, we are going to conclude this session. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.